I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I've felt a lot of women who refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South L.A. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take all your money and whatever else you bring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Making such a fuss, and I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
Down by the water, maybe I'm the sun, maybe I'm a daughter when the music man calls. That's when I gotta play. For the things I never had, I'm burning with hate, with love. Spin around. 'Cause as a boy I had a dream. Carry it with me today. Yes I do. hey, hey. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset on the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never afford. The holidays can ring in your fear. The Gulf Stream breeze can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back for lands of the blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back again. Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. Must be back before it's too late. Before it's too late.
Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation. revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away you, distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You, not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone I need to taste your life again. I need a rendezvous. New revelation just fill my soul. Beginning and ends with you. Distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You. Not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do, yeah. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else, yeah. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do, yeah. She knows that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, don't it seem funny that I'm in love with you, yeah. You know that nothing feels sweeter than someone else. Yeah, 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 you. Oh, you. Yeah, you. Oh, you. Yeah, oh, you. All right. Hey, yeah, yeah. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white. bell. Rackets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see, I wanna be, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Yeah, you're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shadows. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah, 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 I wanna be, I wanna see, don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You're going black and white on the edge.
That didn't work. No sound.
AstroWorld. Oh, AstroWorld. Help me once. Remember? Chasing that perfect shot, you almost got it. Almost. Now you've got to go back. You've got to go back. Finish the job. You've got to shoot more luminance. R, G, B. You've got to go back and shoot them all. Shoot them all. Shoot them all.
All right. And we're back. Everybody can hear each other now? Yes?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right. We are here. I hope everybody had a joy. That's my Halloween promo that I did last year. It got a lot of good got a lot of jokes out of that, but it's a lot of fun. And I got too many AstroWorld logos there, so let's get rid of one. Wow, we are back. It's been a long time. I hope everybody has had a great I guess it's been about 2 weeks, and welcome to episode 200. 200, and we are here. Unbelievable. I can't believe that we have been here for 200 episodes over the course of 3 years, and it's been such a great ride. I love doing it. I know everybody else loves doing it, and it's really humbling to kind of have people watching the show for 3 years, to have almost 1,300 subscribers on YouTube, and doing all this stuff for fun. So thank you everybody that's in the chat, that's not in the chat, that will be watching later, for all the support that everybody does. And that being said, I almost forgot the routine because it's been so long. It's been great. So if the show is a little bit staggered, then that's because I am sitting there trying to figure out how to run the show again. So let's see let's see, search for sponsors. So we gotta do our sponsors thing. So let's do the sponsors, because we got some interesting news over the past 2 weeks. So we'll go over that too. So thank you to our main sequence level, Woodland Hills Camera and Telescopes, who gives us money to give away, and we're going to be giving away some decent chunks of money in December. Two $250 gift certificates to Woodland Hills in December. So that's going to be awesome to do. So be in the lookout and you can sign up for the giveaways on astroweb.com. Coming up tonight, we'll be giving away the LRGB 2-inch set from Optalong. We gave away an Eagle earlier in the year, and we give away money from Camera Concepts as well for gift certificates of $50 a pop. So thank you to all them. Also, Masters of Pixinsight will be giving away a free workshop for them as usual on Friday nights. Plus, every once in a while, we give away a yearly subscription to IP for AP. And if you don't know what IP for AP is, check it out because they do awesome tutorials not only on Pixinsight but on Photoshop as well. So definitely check them out. Of course, we couldn't do this without our member sponsors, and thank you so much this year for all the people that have joined us on Patreon and on YouTube. And if you're still a member on YouTube, please consider transferring over to our Patreon account so it makes it easier for me to track. I have enough gray hair tracking one, let alone two. So please move over to our Patreon account. It'll be a help to me and help save my sanity. Black Hole members, thank you so much. And their different levels are for different perks. Red Giant members, main sequence members, and our Protostar members. So thank you everybody for your support over the past 3 years. Everybody's been awesome. And thank you so much. November 9th, coming up very soon, in about 2 weeks, we have the return of Dr. Christian Sass, and he's going to be going over his workflow in AstroPixel Processor, which is going to be a lot of fun to kind of see what he does, because I don't know a lot about AstroPixel Processor, and he'll definitely educate the masses that don't know anything about it. Now, on November 16th, we're going to be doing a fundraiser for the L.A.S, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But please, if you don't know, they had their C-14 stolen along with an entire slew of accessories, eyepieces. It's been ridiculous, and I had the opportunity of meeting up with them, and I'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. November 23rd, the day before Thanksgiving, we have the Thanksgiving trifecta. We have Dr. Sass, Charles Bracken, and Charles Bracken, and Dr. Whitby coming in. All three of them at once talking about everything astrophotography. It's going to be a lot of fun with this going on. So that's a show you can't miss. So while you're sitting there cooking the turkey or getting the stuff ready, the stuffing and getting the neck bones ready and all that kind of stuff, just come on and hang out and listen to us. So December 7th, we have Jeff Dickerman coming on from Optech Inc. is going to show us all about his Gemini focusers, rotators, and all the other products he has going on, the flat panels, everything. It's really, really going to be great to have it on. So Astropalooza is rapidly approaching, and we have added, and they're not on there yet, we have added 2 more guests to Astropalooza, and I don't think you guys even know this yet. I may have told you, I don't remember. But in addition to Sean, Amy, Molly, Nico, Josh, Ernie, all 3 of the Masters of Pixinsight and Dr. Sass, we have added Charles Bracken and Adam Block to the list. So this is now an 8 to 9 hour disgusting display of astrophotography that you'll ever see on YouTube. And you don't have to just come hang out. We're going to be doing giveaways. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, please, we're at almost 90 members on Discord. Come see us on Discord. Join us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want. Thank you so much for everybody listening to my spiel. And I'm going to get back to the 3-up, and hopefully the names are correct. Yes, wow, I was good tonight. So Awesome. So, holy cow, I have not stopped. I have not stopped since like going to Eric's house in Chicago in the beginning of October. I have not stopped. It's what have you guys been up to? I could talk about what I've been up to. I've been talking for 7 minutes now, so I'm ready to give it up to whoever wants to talk for a little bit. Take it away, whoever wants to say something. So
Well, I just want to say hi. I'm glad to be back, guys. Like I've missed you all. Hey everybody out there in the chat. I haven't been up to too much, nothing like super exciting. Nothing as exciting as you, Dan. It sounds like you've been out there having fun. I've been just doing homecoming stuff with the kids and that kind of random weekend stuff. But I did actually get to do my very first outreach. My first Astro. It ended up being visual mostly, which
okay.
was really fun. I had a really good time with that. I'm gonna be honest, I was terrified because I had no idea what to expect. There was like 35 ladies there. It was for a program called Becoming the Outdoor Women. And they have, it's a weekend, program. I think from what I understand, all 50 states have a program. So in Delaware, they haven't done it in a few years because of COVID. It just moves around to the different state parks, and they get the ladies out and teach them, traditionally, male dominated stuff like how to hunt, fish, trap. And then it's really hard to fill that nighttime thing. So they've always had, they've done some kind of astronomy program. And as I was saying to you earlier, Dan, they had reached out to the now defunct Delmarva Stargazers because they had been the gentleman that had come out and done it the last time. So they went and looked at their roster, and they thought it was like, hey, this is a woman's thing. Let's see what ladies we have. And I was one. So he called me up and he left a message, and I kind of let it sit for about 36 hours before I called him back. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. But after I talked, so I called him back and I told him what my concerns were, and I was like, well, so yes, I still have my telescope. Yes, I'm still out there doing it. I said, but my problem is I don't know if I can find an eyepiece, and I did. I was able to find a 40 and a 9. I was so excited with myself. I'm like, yes, I've got eyepieces. So but I explained to him I did the astrophotography. And so I set up the 127, and I did have my computer up and just kind of to show them because it was a full moon. Okay. So so I was able to show them some stuff, and then I set up the SE6, which I haven't touched in years. I mean, years and years and years. And I remember when I first got it, thinking how heavy and how bulky that was to set up. 5 minutes done. I'm like, wow, what was like that was the easiest thing in the world to set up. But we ended up looking at Jupiter, and I mean, it was really cool. Like to have the ladies come up, and because Jupiter is right near the moon. So I was like, okay, so tell me what you're seeing. They're like, well, I see the moon, and it looks like those little stars that are around it. Is that, or one of those stars, Jupiter? I'm like, no, you're actually looking at Jupiter, and it's, Galilean moon. So, you get those, wow. So it was very gratifying. It was really cool. All my concerns of like, what kind of questions, if they hit me with any questions that I didn't know, it was like, you know what, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We live in the age of Google. I don't have to keep that information up here anymore. I just Google that, Google that. So, and of course they got a good giggle out of that, but that was really fun. I really did enjoy. Yeah, exactly.
Google's a wonderful thing, man.
So, but it was fun, and the women, from what just my off topic of it, it was the first time in Delaware since they've been doing this program in Delaware that one of the ladies got a deer on their hunt. So they were just hyped anyway. I mean, they're all excited for the lady that did, and they all got to help her field dress it, and so they were just like pumped by the time they came out anyway. So just made it that much cooler. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was fun. So now that I've done my first outreach, I'm like, you know what? I want to do another one. That really was fun. So, and then my stupid self slammed my finger, and thankfully it's just a little scar, and I was really lucky. But I slammed my finger on my car door the next morning, taking my gear out. So, but like dented my fingernail. I'm like, that was not smart. But
hey, you know what? I remember back. I think it was in the summertime. Simon Lewis was on and showed a picture of his toe that he dropped a 22-pound counterweight on. and it was black. It was pretty gross. So
Yeah.
it could have been worse, Jess.
It was, and I say that I'm like, I am so lucky, so lucky. I mean, because because when I looked at my thumb, I looked at my nail and I could see the dent. I'm like, this thing is gonna swell up, and it didn't. It did not. I mean, because I was like, I think I was more concerned of the what ifs, like when I initially did it, But I mean, it's just a cut, and it was more of a nuisance than anything. But I'm like, yeah, that figures. That was stupid, but oh well.
Well, let's go to John Wayne, the quiet man, in the top right. Scott, what you been up to?
I've been called many things. I don't think I've ever been referred to as John Wayne before.
Well, you're just as tall, just not as cute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. He was a handsome man. What can I tell you?
Yeah. Well,
but no, I've been working basically around the house, getting things ready. I've got a big social event that we're starting here. I've got actually a couple of them. Some of the members of my community that I live in have expressed interest in both the AstroWorld, reality of what we do, and astro imaging and astro visualization, visual astronomy. But we've also have quite a few people that are interested in tabletop gaming, and so I have been in the process over the last couple of weeks of back out in the wood shop.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm in process of building something like that.
And
wow,
what is that?
That's a gaming table.
Oh, gotcha.
It's got like all the little drawers for all the pieces, and it's got like the little lips so you keep everything. That's cool. Okay.
It's like a smaller craps table.
It's actually not. It's not small at all. It's 4x8.
Oh, wow.
So it's big. But I have right here, I think, somewhere. Yes, right here. You can see the. I'm doing a little different on the legs. That's in the actual wood shop. So.
Nice.
Building the trestle legs. So that's 3¼ inch thick oak that I made the legs. So it's in process. I've been, like I said, I've been very busy in the shop and trying to get this done. But we have one of our neighbors who lives not just right down around the bend from me here, has an old 8-inch Celestron Schmidt, and he found out that that we do this, and he's like, man, I need to get that thing out and dust it off. I said, yeah, that's probably a good idea. You can you check out what we do here on AstroWorld and learn about how to use your telescope, and so he was very interested in that. And I had another guy come up who's a photographer. He's like, I've always wanted to get into, doing something with astrophotography. I said, well, you should come check us out. And so there's been some pretty significant interest in what we do just in my own neighborhood here. So I'll be attending a social event tomorrow and probably spreading the word even a little bit more. So
Nice.
a lot of the people that live in my neighborhood are there's a lot of money in this neighborhood. So that kind of thing is it might be a little easier for people here to break into it and experience astrophotography. So that's what I've been up to. Making lots of noise, making lots of sawdust.
First of all, I gotta apologize to everybody. I don't eat on TV at all, ever. But I've been
I
working
pick up
all
the
day.
slack in that neighborhood.
I'm just so freaking hungry. I gotta eat something. So I want to apologize to everybody, but I got a little video later on what I did.
Go get some chips, make you feel better if you want.
Just as long as you leave the cheese sauce, no cheese sauce. But yeah, so I mean, later on I'll show kind of what I've done this month and why I'm so tired. I made a little quick video on that, which I'll show a little bit later. But I want to talk a little bit about the L.A.S. and I believe it was Mike G. And I could be wrong, that put this on Discord first. I didn't pick this up. One of our members picked it up. Where in um, Lima, Ohio, a observatory called the Schoonover Observatory in Lima was burglarized, and they lost the C-14 that they had on a CGE Pro mount.
Surprised they didn't take them out.
It looks like they tried. There's a little play in it. I do have a video that I'm going to post a little bit later. Um,
The mount's
However,
probably worth more than the scope.
yeah, but there was some funny stuff that was missing, and but basically what they did was, at least from the police report. Yeah, I see, Eric. I know. I don't want to eat in front of the audience, but unfortunately, I start the show, so I gotta start it. So whether I eat or not, I get a little bit of leeway there. But whatever the case may be, apparently from what the police said, um, they tried to break in the door and they couldn't get the door open. So they scaled the wall into the shutter, pushed the shutter open, dropped into the observatory, and opened the observatory from the inside. Once they got the door open,
Mm,
they were able to take everything. So their total loss retail was about $15,000 of equipment.
mm,
Um, and um they do have a GoFundMe page right now, but we also are doing something on our site where we're trying to raise money and funds to help them. Now we've already helped them a lot, and Jesse, I don't know if you know this,
mm,
but I know Scott knows it. But on my way home from Chicago, I made a pit stop in Lima at the observatory.
mm,
Met with the president of the Lima Astronomical Society. His name is Michael Ritchie. Um, Met with him, and through the cash that the Patreon and the YouTube and some members that have donated through the site, um, we were able to get, with the help of Tyler at Explore Scientific, we were able to get every single Explore eyepiece that they have lost um, purchased
Hmm.
through the money that AstroWorld has built up. And
nice,
I literally just mailed all the eyepieces to them with some Astroworld swag and perks and stuff like that in the box,
nice.
and sent that to them. He should be getting it tomorrow. But
Oh, that's awesome.
when I told him that at the shop, he was in almost in tears.
Mm,
That that somebody that he doesn't know who we are, but
mm,
we heard about him and what happened over there, and it was nice to see that. He actually sent me a nice email. If you want, I'll share it real quick if I can grab it. Um, Give me 1 second. I wasn't expecting to bring this up, but let's see.
Well, just as while he's
Yeah, go
hunting
ahead.
for that, just as a little caveat to that, you're always going to have that element in human population where they're going to want to take advantage of situations and take things that don't belong to them. You're always going to have that. So trying to get rid of it, of course we should do as much as we can to mitigate that, but it's also like what is going on here, reaching out to people and saying, hey, this happened.
mm,
These poor people were, they were taken advantage of, and
mm,
seeing how people that do have moral compasses, that do understand what it means to be in love with a hobby. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Um, but to then pull those people together, that's what we're supposed to do.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take care of each other. We're supposed to help each other, And so I guess maybe I come at it from a little different perspective. I expect it. I expect people to reach out and do the right thing, to reach out and be of help. And when I don't see people doing that, that's when I get kind of miffed and upset. I expect people to overcome the evil with good. That's what I expect.
Yeah.
So I think that that helping this guy, it will come. It not only will it come back on us, and people will hear about it and it will propagate, but it will, more than that, it will push the good part of what we do and take away from the evil. I just
Yeah.
I don't want
There
to I
needs to
don't
be
want to
more
talk
of that
about
in the
the
world.
Schlock deal.
There
Go
needs
ahead,
to be
Jess.
more of it in the world. No, I was just gonna say there just needs to be more of that in the world. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
people just need to take care of each other. Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing.
Yeah, so it was like it was a number of different emails. The first one said that, Dan, I can't believe that you and the members of AstroWorld are doing this for our little observatory. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate the time you took out of your trip home to stop by and meet me and see our little observatory. It means so much. Words can't describe it. Thank you so much, Mr. Ritchie. And then he went on to
Yeah.
say, again, I cannot thank you enough for all you have done. This means so much for the L.A.S. to get the eyepieces replaced. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. I'll definitely pay it forward whenever we can. So it was really, really nice stuff. So it's really, really cool to kind of be able to do that kind of stuff. And you know what? Uh, the impact that we made, and this has nothing to do with me, it doesn't have to do with Jesse, Scott, Eric, whoever. This has to do with what we are building here
Mhm.
and what we
Right.
can do to not only help mitigate other people, it also helps, yeah, we get some cool stuff for ourselves too. We get nice little shirts and whatever that kind of stuff, but this is the type of stuff we can do if you join us. And I hate this to be a plug, but this is a little plug. If you could join us on our Patreon site, these are the type of stuff we could do a little bit more often. And this is the stuff that we do. So it was really nice to be able to meet him and hang out with him. And it was about 2 hours we spent with him going over everything. And I'm gonna post our presentation of the not of the eyepiece of the news that we were. I'll be posting that on YouTube this week. It's already made, so it's just put together. I played it,
Yeah,
I
I
believe,
mean, it's a group
2 weeks
effort.
ago. Yeah.
It's a group effort. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. It's no one's standing out or above. I mean, that happens too. Don't get me wrong. People will rise. They will rise up and they will step into larger roles and this and that. But it's ultimately it's a group effort. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. So it's just really good that we could do that. It felt really good to present that to him as a representative of the membership. I thought that was really nice and humbling to me that we were able to do that for them. So
Yeah.
that's nice. So
Now we got to see about getting a new OTA for them.
well,
You know.
yeah. I mean, if you want to be able to get an OTA for them, please donate either through their own GoFundMe page, or all you got to do is go click and go on PayPal and just do Dan at astralweb.com. It's AstroWorld AW2112. I think I put up the A World 2112 at PayPal. And you could just donate and just say for L.A.S. and that will go directly to them. I have that put aside. for them. And thank you for the members. There's been a couple already. Thank you for the members who have donated personally to it already. So thank you so much for that already. So we would love to give them some more money. If you have an extra $20 to throw in it, $10, $5. I mean, you know, feel free to just donate as much as you can, just so they can, we can send them a check and put it towards you. We have a big fundraiser coming up on the 16th. So Mr. Ritchie will be here to hang out with us, and hopefully we could get some people to fork over some cash for them. Be nice. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a bite of my big sandwich here.
Yeah. The the C14 has gone up in price. It is now on High Point Scientific. It's listing at $7,500 for just the OTA.
Yep. So right now they need the
no frills.
OTA. They need more. They lost a bunch of ethos eyepieces. Some Teleview stuff. I have the list of stuff floating around somewhere, but they may have to do some TLC on the CGE Pro mount because it was jostled a little bit. Hey, it is, yeah, right. So there was a question up there regarding picture of the week, and first of all, I know I've been going crazy. There's only one of me, so I've been kind of slacking with the picture of the week. Everybody, just dump your pictures of the week in there, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick 3 of them next Friday. We're gonna pick 3 of them to fill up the pictures of the week for October, because we haven't done that. So I do apologize about that. I've been a little bit slacking on there, and we'll get it all sorted. So just plop all your pictures in there, and we'll put them all together for a Wednesday night presentation of the picture of the week. So we'll just throw them in there. We'll vote and we'll pick them. All right. So you'll be able to vote 3 times. I'll change it so you can vote 3 times.
Gonna grab some batteries. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
So in all your traveling, have you been able to do any? You probably haven't been able to do any imaging, I'm guessing.
No. You know what? And I you know what? I spent about 2 hours last night because I was putting my 268 back on my 80 Esprit.
Okay.
And I was just getting the spacing down. I had my little shims and everything, and I'm trying to put everything together because everybody knows me. I'm not that intelligent sometimes, and I forgot that the Esprit flattener requires 61 millimeters of back focus as opposed to the standard 55.
Right on. Okay.
And unfortunately, I took about 4 hours of the Andromeda Galaxy at 55 millimeters, and that didn't work out very well. So I got it back, and I went up to 61, and we were able to get some good shots finally until it went across the brand new telephone wires that are up, and we got Eric. Eric must have eaten because he's doing that. I just ate food. And
he's all looking all happy and full. Good to see you, sir.
They're like, rub the Buddha, rub the Buddha.
Rub the Buddha.
You
Happy
guys,
Happy Friday.
Yeah,
What's
happy
up,
Friday.
everybody?
It is Friday.
Yo,
so
200.
Yeah, number 200, and you missed my Pennywise entrance.
It's all good.
Pennywise came back to start the show for Halloween. Yeah, went to go see I mean, and so now let's see, at 9 o'clock we'll do it. So Eric, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in a while. We haven't seen anybody in a while.
been a little. It's been a little. It's been a little bit, but it's all good. No, everything's been good. Busy, busy, busy. It's been busy, busy, busy. Busy
Busy
imaging,
work, family work, or busy?
busy work, busy family, busy imaging, busy processing. I'm sure you guys a lot of you guys have already seen my post on
Yep.
Facebook and AstroBin and
Yep.
all of that, So I got to, break out and spend a little bit of time with the Masters of Pixinsight through the videos I purchased. And
Okay.
yeah, just started learning more and more and more and kicking a few things out. So it's been pretty awesome. And I was actually listening to you, Dan, about the observatory and everything that went on there in Ohio. And we talked about this before.
Oh yeah.
Even offline, how great I think that was for you and for Tyler and Scott over at, Explore Scientific, to help out the way they did and, their contributions as well as ours. I mean, it just goes to show that there are still good people in the world.
Yep.
And that's what we try to do. We just try to do what we can, when we see a wrong, do what we can to see if we can make it right, even
Absolutely.
on the little things like this. So, no, I think that was awesome.
Yeah. So we were able to get them, it was 7 68-degree eyepieces. And unfortunately, they didn't have the 8.8 in the 68-degree field of view. So we gave them the 82.
Okay.
So I didn't think they would complain about having an 82-degree high power eyepiece. So
No, not especially not a high power eyepiece.
yeah. So that's so they got 8 eyepieces.
Okay.
And so that really, it's good. It helps them on the way. Unfortunately, they don't have a telescope to use the eyepieces with. But right now, again, it's part of what they lost. So
Right.
any news on your project going on?
No, actually, not right now. I'll be honest with you; it's just been so crazy, and I have reached. I haven't had a chance to reach back out to reach for the stars, but I will. That is going to be a goal of mine this week, this weekend. I got a business trip next week, so it's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm not going to be on the show Wednesday because I will be out of town, just like you had to go to your conference here.
Yep.
I'll be doing that in Minneapolis, so I will not be able to join, but it's all good. Thanks, Mike. I tell you, processing these images have been a lot of fun, and it's been eye-opening. And it's also surprising, as soon as I kick something out, how many other people have actually decided to go and do the same thing. It's kind of funny, how that works. But besides that, it's just been fun, and I hope that actually I'll be able to do a little bit of, even if it's a short, maybe a video on the 2 targets that I posted, as well as talking a little bit about the equipment and everything that I used to do that. But speaking of equipment, you guys heard about it today, right?
Dude, I've been working all day, came home. I didn't even get a chance to eat yet. Why? What happened? What?
2.0 was officially released for the
2.0.
ASI Air, and the ASI Air Mini is hit the street. Official.
Nice. No, I didn't know.
It is officially on the market. It officially hit the street. The little bugger's about a quarter or half the size of the original ASI Air. Has a lot of the same features. There's certain things it can't do, but there's still a lot of things that little guy can do. And I've already seen some pictures on Facebook of people who pre-ordered the Mini and received it. It's only USB 2, which basically means you can't really do planetary on it because
No, it's not fast enough.
It's not fast enough.
Yep.
But for deep sky, hey, it's all good. You can definitely do it for deep sky, and you can definitely do it for DSLR. You can. I don't know if you can do the live stack, but there's still a lot of great features out there. And 2.0 has brought out a lot of good, features now that's finally in GA and general availability and release versus beta. I mean, mosaics finally. You can actually do framing, and you got the mosaics you can do. There's a few things as far as for camera support it has out there. The community. So I've actually posted a few of my photos out there in the ZWO ASIR community, and trying to find people around here who are actually in the area. So, but no, that's a big release for today. It was 2.0 for the ASIR and the Mini. So
is it available now?
Yep, it's available. It's available now. For the software is finally out. The Mini is out. So
I'm looking for the Mini all over the place. I don't see it on ZWO's website.
You don't?
No, I don't. Unless if I'm going nuts. Hold on a sec. No, I don't see it. I'm on their main page. I don't see it.
That's
now
surprising.
they just accept. Like, I just don't want to go buy another.
Hold on, it's hiding. I was
going to say
it's They're not promoting it very well because it's not on the front page.
That's odd.
So it's $200.
Yeah,
it's only got two power outs. Let's see.
I mean, for $200.
There's 4 power outs. There are 2 on each side.
Oh, are there?
Yes, there's 2 on each side.
There it is. Yep. Okay, so it's 2 on each side. It's got a USB-C port.
Yep.
Okay.
If you actually go to their page and hit on the menu at the top right, top left.
Yep, I got it.
Their products, and it's right there, the Mini.
So if we look at this, let's see if I can get my. Here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
And so here you go.
I'm confused. What is the allure? I mean, the Mini is $200. The regular ASIR Plus is $300. I mean, I don't understand what's the allure in the small one. I don't get it.
I would imagine.
For one, it was probably because Raspberry Pis aren't really available very much right now.
Is that what it is?
And I guess they had this whole plan to work on a new ASIR, and Pis weren't available. So maybe that was one of the reasons.
So you could do live stack except on the ASI 6200.
Yep.
Video mode, multi-target mode.
It doesn't have an Ethernet port, so you can't have an Ethernet backbone. It's completely wireless. But it does have USB-C, but that's only for laptop hookup and laptop support. So it doesn't really have a power
What I'm trying to get at is what is the advantage? It is, other than saving $100, which I'm sorry, but in this hobby, $100 is nothing. What is the advantage? I mean, it won't do as much as the other one will, right?
Well, I think what Eric's alluding to is, and he's right, where parts and supply chain are becoming more and more of an issue. And I think this is a way to get out another product where you can still kind of control everything that you need to. In a form factor that can fit the product that they could get.
Yeah, because the Raspberry Pis are not available. We had tried getting some from our robotics club, and we could not get any.
Yeah.
So you're saying
Yeah,
that the
it's hard.
ASIR Plus is harder to get than the Mini?
The board.
The boards, the Pi boards, the Raspberry Pi boards.
I see.
Not the, so they
That's-
went to a smaller form factor. It looks like it.
Yeah. So all they could do was they went to this form factor, and yeah, that was I think the main
Yeah,
reason.
it's
I'm
also
wondering
being
if they're
echoed in there by
using-
Hogarth is echoing the whole thing. So they went down the route due to mass shortage of Raspberry Pis. So.
Yeah, I'm wondering I haven't had a chance to actually spec it out myself as far as the board. I'm wondering if they're using upboards or something else, but I know that they're not Pis. Yeah, and to your point, it's just to get something out. It's to be honest, it's to get something out there, get something out in the market, to keep fresh, to stay, to stay relevant. But there's also, Mike, both the Mini and you have the larger ones like the Pro, and the Plus. They're all suitable for to be support DSLRs, and I kind of have a hard time with the argument of an ultra portable rig when you look at the size of this thing. I mean, come on, how much more ultra portable can you get? But who knows? Because you can mount both of these on the AM5. And so you've got that super ultra portable hydraulic mount. So who knows?
Yeah,
but
on their website they're
they
not
wanted to bring
showing
out that with the new updates, and so yeah,
on their website they're not showing what board is on there.
No.
So.
I would be surprised if they did, but no.
But
Eric, you were using Nina before, correct? You were using Nina before you got the ASIR, is that right?
No, it's the other way around. I've always used the Air.
Yep.
Oh, you always have, and you just started with Nina. Okay, how do you? I never went with the ASIR, and I'm tired of messing around with the Astroberry. I mean, it's just, and it honestly, my brain, it just is making my brain hurt. This hobby has enough of a learning curve without adding more where I don't need to. And I've thought about going the ASIR route just because there's more people out there that are using them, and when you have problems it's easier to find like when you have the problem, it's like you don't want to spend hours. And I know we have some of our viewers, at least one of our viewers I think out here uses them, but I can never remember whom, and I don't know how to find so it's like when you got a problem you need somebody, like need to be able to get that resource quickly. But I've got the Pegasus focus cube and it doesn't accept it, and I like that. I don't, so I'd have to change my autofocuser. That would be the only thing I would have to change up, and it's not that much. I mean, by all accounts.
No, and the EAF
itself is $200, right? Yeah. So
but $200 $200. And it's like I hate that. Like, well, okay, so now I'm 300 out plus another 200. Now all of a sudden, this only a few $100 thing has become $500.
Right.
But such as
And if you consider getting the Mini, okay, so it's $100 is $100 difference, still $100. But I believe they have those maybe more readily available, at least for right now. I haven't had a chance to check like a Gina or anything. For availability. Hey, Charity. But yeah, I mean, the ASIR, honestly, it just works. I mean, yeah, you're stuck in the ZWO framework and ecosystem, but for the most part, once you get everything, just configured the way you need to, it's done, and you can leave it alone.
With the exception of my focusers, I have the ZW cameras, and I do have for my filter wheel as well. So I mean, I'm kind of already in that direction, except for this, and I like the focus cube. I do. I mean, it's I've wrestled with that thing enough and got it where I like them. On both of the OTAs that I use the most of the time. And I just, I have a hard. If one of them decides to give up the ghost, I think that would make it easier. Be like, okay, now I need to buy a new focuser. I guess I'll go this way.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it's worth
Because
it.
even if you decide to sell the focuser, you can sell the focuser maybe for half of what you purchased it for, or maybe a little bit more than that.
And
So
then you can recoup what you're spending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can recoup some of the cost, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I'm still tinkering. And honestly, I'm still tinkering around every once in a while with Nina when I feel up for it, and when there's not a lot that I'm trying to get done happening, I'll tinker around with Nina to learn. But as I said, the ASI Air, for what it's intended to do, just like Nina, it's acquisition. It's about acquisition.
Mhm.
And managing the session during the night. And the ASI Air it works. So Nina, at least for right now, is not on the top of my priority list as far as tinkering around with it or messing with it. But besides that,
yeah. So again, we have this conversation like, oh my god, like at least 2 or 3 times a month, with the ASI Air and the ease of acquisition. And first of all, I got to say something regarding, because somebody spoke to me at the shop. Well, I was actually at the shop yesterday, and they classified me as a Nina. I'm sorry, an ASI Air hater, and
you've got one.
That's not true.
You've got one.
I understand that. You understand that. I have it. Let me tell you something about this is my true thoughts about the ASI Air. It's awesome. $300. You got acquisition, you got guiding, you got planetary, you got live stacking, you got automated focusing, you got plate solving, you got framing wizards, you got all this stuff going on there in this little box about this big. Does it have its limitations? Yes. You need to have, but everything has a limitation somewhere. So, the ASI Air is simplicity itself with what it is. And you need to be a really good programmer, like a good know on how to break this. You cannot break this. You're not going to click a button and it's going to stop working. There's nothing like that. You can screw things up a little bit, but not to the point where you're going to totally be out. It's really, really, if you're in that zone, if you have a ZWO camera, if you have a ZWO guide camera, if you have a ZWO focuser, and you know what? Not for nothing, these are not bad items either. I use plenty of
the 1600 was still rated as one of the
best cameras. Yeah. And you know what?
The 174 mono has been rated the best planetary camera.
Lunar, planetary, and solar. I mean, it's really, really good.
But hey,
I mean, it's a good look. I mean, I'm not a ZWO hater. I have one right, even though this is sitting here, but I use the ZWO stuff quite a bit. Do I prefer my Eagle over the yes, I do. I prefer my Eagle because
you can't compare that.
You can't.
Just
you
can't.
can't.
That's not apples to apples.
No, that's
it's not.
not.
Even close.
You're comparing in price, not in usability, in price. You're comparing a
Corvette to a Lamborghini.
Oh, I wasn't even going to go there. I was going to talk about a Altima to an A6. That's where I, it's a bigger spread.
Compared to an
Audi. You just can't do it.
Geez,
the ASI Air is super good for when you're starting and when you want to get stuff together. Now you may outgrow the ASI Air. You may outgrow it and want to expand your knowledge and do it using other stuff, and that's what happened to me. Now, but as far as I mean, there is no reason to outgrow it if you're got all the stuff that makes it work. Because
so let me ask you this.
Yeah, go.
What does the ASI Air not have that somebody who's kind of, you know, past the beginner but still like in that intermediate phase, like, you know, I mean, would want? I mean, what is it lacking that some of the other programs like Nina
there's a
have?
few things that it's lacking, you know, that are not a super big deal, but one that I love compared that Nina has that the ASIR doesn't have is the filter offset calculator. I'm just gonna say it. That's
Yep.
the big one for me. Is the filter offset calculator and not being able to set or not even being able to set filter offsets.
Ooh,
You know, when you have a monochrome camera,
I
so
mean, that's
you
kind of a
can
thing, yeah.
continue to, so you can quickly get to, you know, continue imaging without having to autofocus every
Yeah, okay.
time the filter is switching.
Mhm.
How often are you going to do that a night? It depends. I mean, if you're doing LRGB, okay, you
Yep.
do it three, maybe 4 times a night.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're doing it in different sequence, unless you're doing different sequences in the way it's set up, that you're doing, you know, 20 of one filter, you're doing a set of 20, and then you flip back over and do the set of 20 again and keep going, you know, so you can keep things like that. So you're flipping your filter wheel quite a bit. But that's one of the things that I would say is missing. Is being at least even giving us the option, even if they don't do anything, you know, logically within the software to calculate that stuff itself and to have its own calculator, for us to have the option just to do a
Put in
quick
the offsets.
autofocuses in ourselves and learn the offsets and then put them in ourselves. That's one of the things that's missing.
I'll just throw the big elephant in the room because everybody talks about it. It lacks good Wi-Fi. It lacks good. I don't
It
care
does.
if the antenna helped. It just kind of, you took a piece of garbage and you sprayed it with some gold paint and said it was gold. You know, it's really, it's
But is that
okay.
more? Is that more that? Yeah, it doesn't come with a great antenna, but you could purchase better antennas for it. But is it more the
It's the
Wi-Fi
internal card.
the
That
card?
It's the card. So I don't know what that you maybe you know. I don't know what they have in there, but
I don't know
I don't
myself
think
either.
it's Wi-Fi 6.
No, it's not. No, 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 no. It's not
Seems a
even
little
close to
too
Wi-Fi
slow
6.
for that, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's that's definitely probably either like a 4G. I'm betting it's
that's what
4.
I'm thinking. Actually, yeah, it's got to be. Well, it's got to be 5G because it does allow 5G and
5
in
gigahertz, but
5
yeah,
gig.
but
Sorry, 5 gigahertz. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
you can do, but see, but as far as the Wi-Fi itself, the Wi-Fi standard, I'm betting it's probably Wi-Fi 4. I don't think
I
it's
wouldn't
5 or
doubt it.
6.
It's too slow. It's too slow.
It's too slow. That's
Um,
the thing. It's too slow.
and again, with the ASI Air, you can't load anything on it. It is what it is. So if you want to put CCD inspector on there so you could inspect your photos as they come across, you can't do that.
Right.
If it comes with PhD guiding, but with PhD 2 put on a Windows computer of any kind, you'll be getting more functionality of it. Now, do you need it? Do
Yes.
you not need it? It depends on your rig. If you're shooting at, you know, 3,000 millimeter focal length, you may need to be, a little bit more specific with your aggressiveness and your, what kind of modeling you're doing with your guiding.
Even 2000.
Even 2000, even at an 8-inch, you may need something a little bit. But I've seen the ASI Air perform with 9 1/4s, with 11s. So there are pluses and minuses. Again, it comes down to what? It comes down to your mount. It comes down to the experience of the user and the experience of the software in the ASI Air of what you can do and what you can't. Right.
Right.
So that those are the couple of things that the power, the power outs, the 4 power outs, the 12. I think they're 12 volt, 3 amp
They're
on
12 volt.
everything.
They're all 4 of them, just like they're all 12 volt
12
DC.
volt, 3 amp, a maximum of 12 amps. I think if I remember right. Or 15.
No, I think they're up to 5.
Do you have up to 20 in there? 20 amp?
I think so. I'll have to double check.
Yeah,
Don't
double
quote
check
me.
on it. Well, I know that the Eagle goes up to 21 amps, and what you could do is you could actually move the amperage from port to port if you need a little bit more on one and minus it off the other. I don't know if you could do that with the ASI Air, if you have a mount that's slewing at 4 amps, if you have one of those heavy duty mounts, 4 or 5 amps, and you just want to take a couple of the amps away from your 8 amp, you have 2 8 amps, you could slide them on over and kind of move things around a little bit. That's one of the cool things with the power bridge in that. But I mean, the ASI Air for acquisition does an outstanding job, and I just wanted to throw that out there. I am not an ASI Air or ZWO hater. I use their products. I've tested their products. I'm getting the AM5 this week to start testing if I can find a space to shoot that. I don't know if you heard this, Eric, but my telephone wires have multiplied.
No way.
I have more now. So I literally can only image in the east to south. Literally about 45 degrees without getting a some sort. And what happens with the telephone line is that it's like adding one star spike through the star, and it's horrible. It really is. Imagine taking like a piece of I don't know, piece of fishing wire and putting it across your objective and seeing what it does to the stars. I mean, I thought it was. What's that?
Can you move the pier?
Not at this point. It really, if I take a video of, you'll see what I'm dealing with. It's just, it's not conducive to imaging anymore.
There's no place else in your yard that you can put that?
The telephone wires go across the north end up to about 50 to 55 degrees, and then straight through my backyard on a diagonal through my entire backyard.
Time to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not fun. Yeah. So now I'm just gonna image the east, and that's it. And I gotta figure out how to do yet another custom horizon that I need to make, the third one this year, because I had the house that went up, I had the first telephone line went up, now I got 2 more.
Yeah, that's FYI. The ASI Air, I'm just double checking. It's 5 amp total.
Is there
5 amp total across all 4?
Yeah, because you can't. The cameras themselves, you are usually like up to 3 amp,
right?
12, and then you have the EAF,
which is
you have
nothing.
EAF and your EFW, perhaps, if you're using that, and also because you're still 12 volt, but the amperage when you're slewing, it's only slewing for a little while and tracking.
Well, yeah, you're doing under an amp while you're tracking.
Yeah, you're
probably up to 3 when you're slewing, but you're not imaging or focusing when you're slewing. So
right, exactly. So yeah, but it's 5 amp.
All right, so you want to see what I did this summer? You want to see what I did this summer? All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah, hit it. Yeah. Roll that beautiful bean footage. What you did.
Hey everybody, I finally made it home, and
We
it
can't hear
has
you,
been
though.
a crazy
Can't hear anything.
2 weeks. I mean, here you go. Just real quick, 1 minute. This is what's been going on all week. First, I drove to Chicago. Then I hung out with co-host Eric, which was an awesome time. Nice to see you, Eric. We also saw Iron Maiden
I saw my
the next night. Not me and Eric, I just went. But then I drove to Niagara Falls the following week. Met up with Scott C, a big AstroWorld fan. Thank you for the perk, Scott. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Then we drove to Guelph, and then we hung out with Ron Preacher and Sean Nielsen. Met their families. Did some visual observing with Ron's homemade 10-inch Dob, which was a lot of fun time. Then I met Pete Proul for brunch. So thanks for brunch, Pete. Then we drove to St. Catharines, went to Lakeside Park, hung out at the Neil Peart Pavilion, saw the Rush tribute for Neil that I've been talking about over in St. Catharines. Then we walked up to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Then we walked to the Ontario Legislative Building, home of the Moving Pictures album. Here you go. And then we walked to Scotiabank Arena and took a picture. Sorry, Pete. And then walked to the aquarium, saw some pretty cool stuff. Then walked 2 miles to get the only place that had these beers. So now I'm tired and I'm going to bed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you Friday.
Oh man, wish Pete was here to see that.
Yeah, Pete is
Feel
not
better.
feeling well. He's still not feeling well, unfortunately. He's better. But he definitely has a little bit of a cough still. So yeah, so the reason why you guys didn't hear before, like any video that we play for this thing, you got to watch it on YouTube. But
Yeah.
the trip was great. It started off with Eric, and it just kept on going, and it didn't stop. It didn't stop until actually it's not even done. Tomorrow, after tomorrow, it'll finally stop because tomorrow I'm finally getting rid of that ODK, that 10-inch ODK for that I've been dealing with the observatory in Long Beach Island. I'm finally dropping it off and doing the final touches and putting the eagle up and done, finished.
Done.
But that's what I did this summer. That's what I did this month. So
That's awesome.
But I'm already planning on going back to Canada again. This time I'm gonna meet up with Rich Hubley, who I didn't know until tonight lives right in that same area. We could have all done a big kind of thing. So we had a really awesome visit with Sean and Ron and Pete. Really, really awesome guys, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But
Good.
yeah. So, and I didn't even put the trip to Lima, the observatory, in there. I didn't even put that, or the Adler Observatory. I went to that.
Yeah.
I didn't even put that in there. But something happened in the World Series. What happened?
Houston's ahead by 5. Oh, my Lord. I'm just dying a little bit here.
It's only game one. It's only game one. It's all good. It's only game one.
You'll be all right. You'll be okay. It'll be all right.
I had a panic a moment ago, because I've got the volume off, so I'm kind of just
I just saw the face. I saw the face. You were like,
I was like, once I saw that, the home run, I'm like, oh no, this is not good. That was a 3-run homer. That is not good.
Hello, Newman. Newman said. Newman says, "Go Houston."
No, sir.
But yeah, so I've had no chance to really do any sort. Well, that's not true. The weather has been pretty good this week. It's just I got so frustrated 2 nights in a row that everything I wanted to image was in front of a friggin' telephone wire. Every single one. It wasn't in front of it, but it was in the image, so it was screwing up stars somewhere, and it was dreadful. It was totally dreadful. So now I want to get. I was talking before you came on. I'm thinking about getting the new Pegasus harmonic mount, the Nix, because it looks like the Nix or the Mix, Nix NYX, if I remember right. That probably will cure my woes as far as not having to drag out a 45-pound EQ6R every Tuesday. You know what I mean? It just gets a little crazy. But if I could do 20 kilos without a counterweight, which is 44 pounds, that's pretty good. That's without the counterweight.
Gotcha.
What scope?
What scope? Well, the biggest one that I'll put on is the 130 AP scope. But right now I'm going to be running the 80 until I get the flattener. I'm not going to spend 1 minute more taking an image out of that scope, that AP scope, without doing a flattener. It's just so pointless that I got to crop. I lose about 30% of the real estate, and it's just like,
Any word on that?
yeah, give me a week every week. That's what I get. Give me a week every week. It's been a week since September 1st. so hopefully hopefully I'll have it by Thanksgiving. That's what I'm hoping for. And then and hopefully with the higher power and the less field of view, I might be able to get a little bit more imaging time, because then the telephone wires won't get in the way as fast as with a 400 millimeter scope, as opposed to an 800 millimeter scope. So,
What are you hoping to image?
anything.
Anything.
I just want something,
Dan, I feel that. I went out. I want to say of course my scope's out, but I haven't tried anything like in six weeks easy. Because last time I went out, like Andromeda, I was behind the trees, and I'm like, you know what? I am just done. I'm waiting until the leaves fall, and then I'll move it to my winter spot, so where I can polar align. And it was so clear this past Friday, and I said to you before the show started, I was, I had forgot that you were not going to be in town. So last Friday, I was like, yay, I get to see my Astro. It's been a while. And then there was no show, so I'm like, okay, so I'm going to go out and image. And I think I got 3 5-minute shots of M31. And before all of a sudden, it was just like tree branches.
Yeah.
Tree branches. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I went out the next morning, and you could just see where there's just and it was just a little spot in between those, the trees, where it was just from here to here. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I ended up on M45. Just much later, and ended up imaging that for most of the night. So I was happy to wake up and have mostly decent images. I mean, they're all right, but it was just nice to do something. Just have something.
Yep.
And I messed around with my guiding, my stupid self, and I probably could have got a couple more shots at 31. But I put in, I forgot to change the focal length from 952 back to 350, and I was like having all sorts of guiding problems, and and it was a little while before I remembered what I did. I'm like, oh yes, I did that thing again.
So Eric, what scope are you currently using? Is it the 91?
Yep, using the 91. Yep.
How do you connect your focus motor, the EAF?
The EAF to it, right underneath it, there was a little bit of a process with the FLT91 that I had to discover. But
is it a Crayford?
Yeah, it's an RNP, yeah. But once but there's a couple websites of a couple people who are cool enough to document the process, and but once I get it on there, now it's not a problem. But yeah, it's an RNP Crayford. Yeah.
Do you have is there some sort of a coupler between the main drive of the EAF to the Crayford?
Yes.
Is it a direct connection, or is there a coupler?
There's a coupler. There's a small coupler that you have to remove you remove the coarse focuser And let me see here. I can grab. Let me see. I grab one. Hold on. Alexa, turn on the astronomy tower.
So the ASI Air, while Eric's grabbing that, does it have output for like disk straps? Like
So what you're gonna need to do is with the ASIR, you'll have to use one of your 12-volt outs. And what they do is they sell like a Y adapter that
Okay.
goes 12-volt out into RCA inputs. So you
Okay.
take your dew heater and plug them into the RCA inputs, and you'll be able to hook up to 2 dew heaters using one 12-volt
Okay.
one 12-volt connector, and that's how you would do it with the ASI Air.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So
Closer.
here's the couplers.
Yep.
Those are the coiled ones, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
for the
They're flexible, coiled.
yes.
Mhm.
Those are the ones for the EAF.
Yes, there's ones for the EAF. Yep.
Same
And then you have
same
set
thing for
screws.
the
Then you have set screws.
Focus Cube too.
Yeah, the
Uses the
Focus
same
Cube
thing.
has it. Yeah, same thing. Yep.
Yeah, those I could not get those stupid things to work.
For what?
That's for
what
the
were you
14 though.
sure.
I know.
They have, but they have an adapter. They have
They do.
They have adapters and everything for the 14s.
Yep.
For the Schmitz and everything for the 14s.
I know. I had it.
Oh, and it still didn't work out for
Yeah.
you?
He had some issues pushing the I'm not sure what the exact problem was, but he had some issues
We
where
could
he had
not
to
get a
switch over.
curve.
He had to switch over to the Feather Touch and
Gotcha.
the
You
Focus
see,
Plus.
this is one of the things that I wish that they would either address or fix, to have a clutch driven focuser, that would be, I think would be a nice upgrade or an addition to their focuser, having an additional focuser, something's clutch driven. Either that or make the ASI Air cross platform so that you can use other equipment with it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't
That's-
foresee
yeah.
them ever doing that.
That's
so.
probably not going to happen.
But they're
That's
probably, but maybe changing and adding on an additional type of focuser. Maybe they might consider that. But going
I mean,
in cross-platform or anything like that, I think
agree.
that's a non-starter.
yeah, I understand that. I just, we were talking to Jason. Jason was talking about, putting he purchasing an Edge, and it came with a Feather Touch, and he's talking about taking the Feather Touch off and putting an EAF on, and I was literally cringing.
What kind of
And selling the Feather Touch.
Because he was thinking about the 9 1/4. The 9 1/4
I think it was the
doesn't
9
have a
1/4.
problem. Yeah, because that's the one he was. Because that's still the one that I was thinking about before I got my 8. And right now the 8's fine for me because I've got 8 everything, a Rasa 8, and I've got all this 8-inch equipment, so it was better for me at least for right now. But yeah. Dennis is saying he uses the EAF on his Moonlight and it works fine.
Yep.
No go there.
I could not get it to work.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing with Moonlight now. Moonlight, unfortunately, you're gonna have to look around now. Moonlight, unfortunately, no longer makes manual focusers anymore. They have cut it off their line, so you're gonna have to get one secondhand with the correct flange that he may or may not have. I'm sure Ron will make it for you. I'm sure he'll make the flange. That's not an issue, but he no longer is making any manual focusers. It's only electronic now. He's cut everything as far as that. And a lot of people are going the same way. Starlight Instruments is going to end up going the same way as well. So a lot of people are going with their own focus motors. And you know what? You're going to be going down. And if you want something that's like the AF, try Optech. I am super impressed with Jeff Dickerman and Optech over there. with the FTX series, man, let me
Mhm.
tell you something. That's clutch driven, and it just works. I mean, it literally just slides on, and it uses your original focuser, whatever it is, slides on. So if you got the FLT91, you same thing you did with the EAF, pull off the core side, pop this back on. Just make sure you have the right adapter. Tighten the lug nut, the little grub nut.
Mhm.
Tighten the clutch, and you're good to go. See, the thing with the 14s and the 9 1/4s and the 11, what the mistake that a lot of people do is what they do, and I don't think this is what your problem, Scott. Scott, you had other issues, but what a lot of
It was
people
another.
do is they don't get a coarse focus on their mirror before they put
Right.
the EAF on. And the EAF
Right.
steps are so slow, and you got to do a bunch of them just to move that mirror a little bit.
Right.
You move it, move it. It doesn't look like you're moving anything. So
Yep.
I've had that a couple of times with people with not only EAFs, with any box focuser.
Mhm.
Yep.
EAF, Pegasus Focus Cube, whatever you want to throw back there, even the Optech, you got to get a coarse focus first, slap the focuser on, then you can tweak it back and forth. Or you may be moving, if you have like an Asato on there, which has 300,000 steps or more, where your step size
Be
is
there all night.
7,000 steps, you know what I mean, to get a autofocus routine. You should really think about doing or just put an eyepiece in there. Get some, pull it out a little bit, get a little focus, get something close to a focus. Don't just sit there and throw a focuser on, and then you'll be sitting there all day trying to move this mirror back and
Yeah.
forth. And what people do, and I've done this, where you sit there and you say, this thing ain't working. I'm going to go back the other way. And you go back the other way. Turns out you're going that way right to begin with. And you'll be sitting there for like 3 hours trying to focus this thing. So just make sure that you get bottom line, get a coarse focus before you put any electronic focuser on your system.
Yeah, and it's not hard to do. All you need is a right angle and an eyepiece for like a Schmidt,
2 seconds.
and yeah, I mean the focuser that I have on the 14 now is the Feather Touch. It's
Yep. So
the
you got the
nice one,
focus boss.
and
Yeah.
exactly, and it has that ability to disengage the clutch, so you just turn it 90 degrees, and it will disengage the clutch, and then you can manually crank it in, to where you need it, and then you just click that engaging pinion, click it over, and you're back into, an autofocus mode. Um,
Right.
but yeah, you got to get that rough focus, that raw, um, you know, focus in there before you try to use the stepper, because God, you'll be there forever.
Yeah, Dennis is just echoing what I said. The SCT, you have to have a course focus. You gotta.
Yeah, it's,
You gotta.
you'll be ripping your hair out trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with this thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. But if you have like a really small step focuser and you're not really aware, like the Asato, it's being said in the chat. I used the Asato for a long time, and awesome focuser. It's just it's a little thick for me. I needed something a little bit of a lower profile. So what did I do? I went to the Asato 3.5 low profile from Prima Luce, which is a lot thinner, and it works completely awesome, completely awesome. And then I have the Optec on another. I have the EAF on my Red Cat. So I mean, I got plenty of setups. But
Yeah, I would really like to see them come out with a clutch driven focuser for for a ZWO. I think that would probably make life a lot easier for a lot of people.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
probably.
What are you playing with, Eric? I hear you clicking.
Clicking. Just little bit of PI here and there. So
Yep.
for those who haven't, I'll share my screen.
Sure.
Seen my little work here.
See if I can make you a little bigger.
You see.
Nice.
Of the Wolf's Cave.
Yep.
Yeah. In 55 hours. Actually, it was more if you included the rejects. But the whole total integration time, which with everything after putting it in AstroBand, came out to just a little about 54 and a half hours.
Nice.
Oh my! How long did that take you to get, Eric?
I started this. It took me better part of a full month. I started it in September and finished in late September, and I finished it on October 23rd for all the acquisition. So the 28th, September 28th or something like that, until the 23rd. And
L.A.S. is your AstroBand, if I remember right?
Yes.
I'll put it on. I'll put it on the screen for everybody.
This is HAO-RGB. HOO-RGB.
There you go. There's the AstroBand info, everybody.
Yep. So here, okay. So I can just go ahead and say no. Let's close that and share. But yeah, I mean, craziness. And then just share. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop sharing my screen. Nope. And then just finally wrapped up this guy. Let me see. Actually, cancel and reset. I'm still getting used to a lot of things here. The wizard. So, and this was just around 24, maybe a little bit more of integration time. So everybody who kept telling me, even like Sean was telling me, like, one point, when he was helping me out with the project, you need more data. So yep. I think I get the message.
Yep.
So a lot of fun.
I just blinked, and Phillies are like, it's the game's like 3-5 now. Like all of a sudden, I looked away and I looked back. I'm like, I'm making faces over here, y'all. Sorry.
That's all right. Well, it's all right. It's good. It's good to have you back, Jess. It's you're even on game 1 of the World Series. So.
And you know what it was? I was like, you know what? I miss these guys. I haven't seen you in forever. I'll try and school myself, and not be so obvious as And hang on, anybody like how old school is this?
Yep,
one?
You got your National League champs. Is that this year's T-shirt?
Oh,
it's 93s.
Oh God!
Yeah. A while. Yep. I pulled it. Yeah, I pulled this one out. And I had a few other ones. I was like, you know what? This is just a feel-good shirt. I'm gonna wear this one tonight.
There you go.
Well, the Islanders are winning. Going to be 2 in a row, 5-2. So hockey is back. Yeah. But we got to give away. We got to give away filters.
Oh yeah, we got a little catch up to do since
we got a lot of catch up to do. So
since you've been on vacation.
Yeah. So we're actually on time for this one. It is the last Friday of the month. So after a long giveaway. Now, somehow, some way, and I'm going to throw this out to everybody. Somehow, some way, I thought we gave these away. This is the 1 1/4 inch planetary set, and I looked through my email, and I didn't send out anybody any email for this.
Nobody won. Nobody won that.
I don't think anybody won this. I think we went right to the L Enhanced, then the L Extreme, and then the this one, the 2 inch, and then next month is the Next
I don't
month
think we
is the
did the planetary.
SHO. I don't think we did planetary. So I'm going to give it a little bit for anybody that's out here that thinks that they won. Let me know. I could have sworn I did I could have sworn I did this because I remember this tag that was around it. And I don't know. I don't see any email out there. And I tried to go back to the Friday, the first Friday in June, and we didn't do it as planned.
Norm, I
Yeah, no-
won. Yeah, I
yeah,
forgot
yeah,
to.
Norm.
Yeah, right.
So we have over almost 130 people in the Optolong filter. Everybody's like,
you
yeah,
opened the
I
door on
won.
that one.
I won. So you
I
know,
won.
You opened the door.
I won.
I'm gonna start sending everybody filters, and you'll be surprised at what these filters will show you. so Beatrice is like, yeah, I won. And it's like what was that? I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus.
Pretty much.
You know, so we got to do that. We got to do a Masters of Pixinsight. I want to talk a little bit about picture of the week because been slacking on that too because I've been traveling. I don't know, across two countries pretty much. You know, so
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Want to make sure that we get this. So again, what I want to do for let's see really quick. Let's do the Optolong filter giveaway first. Actually, no, let's do the IP. Let's do the MOP filter giveaway first, and then we'll talk about picture of the week and make everybody wait around for the Optolong one. So here is the
Gonna
Masters of
drag it out on
Pixinsight.
them.
What's that?
Gonna drag it out on them.
I am. Yep. And so if you don't know what Masters of Pixinsight is, Masters of Pixinsight does a whole bunch of virtual classes and workshops on Pixinsight. And their next one is called Dialing Down the Noise. That is November 8th. So that is it this Tuesday or next Tuesday? I think it's next Tuesday. So it's
That's
not this Tuesday, it's
next
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. 7 p.m. Eastern. If you don't win, you could buy this workshop for $35. If you win, you get it for free. So, IP for AP, here we go. We have 96 entries for the Masters of Pixinsight giveaway. So here we go. Here's the first one. Let me get my pen out. Of course, I don't have one. Oh, and he's in the chat. There you go.
Hey.
Z, way to go.
There you go. Jay, I think that's
Nice,
Jay.
congrats.
Jason won that
Yeah,
one.
Jason.
So congratulations to Jason. So let's talk a little bit because the last thing we had on pictures of the week, and if we look at the website real quick, and picture of the week, and the it's gonna load it again, and it's gonna load it again. Okay, and let's see. So this is the last set of pictures of the week here, and I don't know why it's taking so long to load. It must be a big picture. So we had the Cygnus wall. We had Josh's NGC 7822, and the spooky question mark. This is spooktacular number 2, if I remember right. I want to say it was Al Need. I could be wrong. Wait for it to call. Of course, it's the biggest picture.
Al says, "Yeah, my pick was 250 megabytes."
Oh, geez, Al, you're killing me. There you go. Spooktober 2. Yep, Al
Did he
Need.
send you the TIFF?
There you go. That's it. Next time I'm going to change it to a JPEG. So we only had those 3. Now here's the thing. If I go into the drive for picture of the week, and previous weeks. So we got the wall. I got 1, 2, I got a couple of extra ones. I got a Jupiter animation. I got a couple other ones in here. So we only have had, I believe, one picture of the week made for October right now because of vacations and all that kind of stuff. We only have one. We need 3 more. So what we'll do is this. This is what we'll do. Everybody dump your pictures in here. Okay? Everyone dump your pictures. Put your pictures in. You can enter more than once, whatever. Dump your pictures in there. And next Friday, we're going to pick 3 pictures to be pictures of the week for October. So you can vote 3 times. Top 3 win.
We still haven't. We still haven't done. We still haven't done one for for the AstroWorld crew.
We haven't.
For everybody to pick for us.
And actually, tonight is actually AstroWorld Critique Night, which obviously because it's episode 200, we're not doing it. But it just turned out to be episode 200, so we got to set up another AstroWorld Critique Night too. But we haven't done it for the and we had that date set up. So we did.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I'll tell you right now what happened. Where is critique? Because I think it was in October. I thought it was the beginning of October, but we'll take a look and see. And Google Calendar, of course, is taking forever to load. And I get a 500 error on Google. That's awesome. There we go. Ignite host. Let's see. MOP. Yeah, no, it was September. So September was supposed to be. October came and went. So November, what we'll do, and I'm going to set it up right now. November 18th is going to be the host picture night.
The 18th?
The 18th. And it's in the calendar. All right? So it's in the calendar.
Right.
So Jesse, are you trying to talk because you're muted?
No, actually,
okay.
I was just mentioning my kid and a friend are over here, and they were just.
That's fine. I thought you were talking to us.
Like, to remind you guys, like I'm on mute right now, but I'll be off. Like just bring the voice down a little.
So
yeah, I have a tiny house. I just can't get away from it anywhere. So I just have to, like maintain the noise as much as I can, so you don't have to all hear it in the household conversations.
So I guess what we'll do. How do you want to do this? You want to be voted by the watchers?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah. Let's.
Or just the same way, we'll just do the same thing. We'll throw pictures up there unknown to them and let them pick.
Unknown to them.
Yeah.
And let's have a competition. Let's see who's going to rock out for the crew. Who's going to end up on the calendar for the crew.
Okay. Follow me. But I'm a little bit at a disadvantage because all my pictures are up behind me.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah, there it is. I know.
So,
but
which is
Scott,
fine.
Do you have anything in the archive?
I have plenty in the archives.
No, I'm talking about Scott. Do you have anything in the archive?
Scott's got one.
No,
he's got one.
I've got some unprocessed data that I've got, but I don't have anything for that now.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, well, get some processing, man.
Yeah. So the 18th, and so
Jesse, what about you? You got something?
Jesse's got stuff.
I've got a couple. I've got a few. Yeah.
Product.
I've got a few finished products out there. Not, nowhere near, but yeah, I've got a couple out there that I'm kind of going. Only about 2 or 3 that I'm like more than okay with. I mean, I've got enough of them that I'm like, yeah, that's all right. I could, but I can do better. But then there's a couple I'm like, that's all right. Yeah, that's a little more. Yeah, I am
There
just
you
so
go.
critical of them, and it's just one of those. It's like I feel like no matter where I get, I'm always going to look at them and find some fault with them, and I almost have to put them side by side with my old ones to be happy with them,
Yep.
to really be like, oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, we
I
could
had one of
definitely
those
do something.
on my Facebook memories. A couple days ago is when I first got started in this, and it was just a night landscape, and I think I was taking pictures of the Orionids, and the picture was god awful. You could see Orion, but then you like zoom in a little bit, the noise was awful. The stars were oblong. I mean, it was just, and I was so happy with it. I remember like, oh my gosh, I'd called in for work to go watch the Orionids. So when I went to work on Monday, I was like, hey, everybody, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Now I look at them like I would not show this to anybody for love or money.
I can't believe I showed that to people.
Yeah, because the Orionids, the Orionids were just earlier, like last week, weren't they?
Yeah,
Like
this
last
one
week?
was. Yeah, I think it was just like this week, last week, but this was like 4 years ago that I had taken the shot. And it came up on my Facebook memories, and I remember just sharing it and be just like, "Wow, this is the most amazing thing!" Like there was like a 6-month gap of like starting, and then then getting the camera in the telescopes the first time. So between just learning, between understanding that like if I have a long enough shutter speed, I can actually take picture the night sky stuff. From that like realization to the that next jump of if I stick it in the eyepiece of my telescope, I can also do this. So and there was not a lot of really know-how. It was just a lot of like, aha, I can do this. Let me try this.
Hey, Al, I did read the blurb. Just FYI for Al, I did read the blurb. I'm not going to get that's locked in my brain now, just like that freaking Skull Nebula. It was supposed to be the Rosette forever. So thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
The flaming skull.
Like it's like when he put that blurb in there and what it said, it also reminded me of Monsters Inc. Like it's always watching. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, so 9:45. So let's give away some filters, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we'll be off to the races. So
these are the 3 nanometer.
No,
2-inch.
that's next month.
Oh.
This is
the
LRGB 2-inch filter set.
Oh, okay. The LRGBs. Okay.
LRGB 2 inches. All right, and we have, if I remember right, I think we have about. Is it the Optilon filters? We have 125 people in this Optilon thing. So 125 people. So here we go. So thank you to Optilon, and here we go. Who's going to have a 2-inch filter set? John Parker.
John Parker.
Congratulations, John. John Parker. 2-inch Optilon. Awesome. So there you go, John. And John and Jay, you'll both be getting an email from me. And you'll be finding out. Well, number one, I'll send you, again, depending on where I'm shipping these to, you'll get a PayPal invoice for the shipping. Other than that, it's free. And then Jay, watched an email from me and Pete Proul on how to redeem your free Masters of Pixinsight class. So very cool. Congratulations to John and to Jay. So awesome. And then it looks like
way to go.
Way to go. Congratulations to you guys. But can I say I'm looking at the website and Panagiotis.
Yep.
These are some. I mean, his submissions some of these are pretty impressive.
Oh, they're very
But
impressive.
all
Absolutely.
of them. But I mean, you've got, but I mean, and even, you've got, yeah, because he's got 3 of them, for the month. Was it
Yep.
was because it was for the month, right?
Did
His
we
3.
did we we didn't give out the monthly, or is it not over yet? Hold on a second. Did we might not have done that.
Yeah,
Hold
to
on a
get
second.
this, no, because this was for September. I don't think we did September.
We didn't. Let's do September. Oh my God, we're that far behind. Holy crap!
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
that far behind,
All
friend.
right, so let me share my screen because I haven't even looked at it. So let me share my screen so we'll all be shocked together, and to see who won. So we're gonna go right to the AstroWorld admin site, so we get it right from the horse's mouth. And let's see.
I even like this one, but this one from Greg, I really like this one too. This wide field.
I really do
Milky
too.
Way. It was really. I love the composition.
Well, we're gonna go into the YLP poll, which is what I use, and let's see. So, where is it? Where is it? Mystery poll, image of the week, picture of the month for September. We have 38 votes, so not so bad, not too shabby.
No, not too
And
shabby.
a far cry from the 123, where everybody got them and their mother voting. But let's see if we can get some more votes, guys, especially for the newer ones. We only got 15, 12, 12. We're usually in the 30s.
Yeah, I'm
Let's see.
surprised, especially for the mystery poll.
Yeah.
No one. Because it wasn't the mystery poll, wasn't that for M45?
No, yeah, the M45, and we're going to be given, vote for the mystery poll. Which one is the live stack? So, I mean, definitely do that because we're going to be doing the whatchamacallit, the results of which is which.
Yeah.
They will be revealed at Astropalooza. So, all right, we ready to see you on picture of the month for September?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, here we go. View results. Here we go. The winner is. He pulled it out. Holy cow. Greg Meyer. Greg Meyer with 26 votes.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Which image is that?
And we'll go back to the image and we'll show it to you.
Because Panagiotis had 3 of the 4 pictures of the week.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I've missed
Greg,
that.
It's
been at least 4 weeks,
Greg,
if not 5 weeks.
I really like. Congratulations, Greg.
So,
yes, congratulations to you.
So the picture of the month, here we go, that's from PG.
Ooh.
Yep. That was 1 week.
That's another one
That was
from PG.
Week.
That's another one from PG.
Which one is that? Is that?
This is SH2 with the little dolphin here.
Yep.
And then this is Greg's.
This is Greg's. It's just really cool, that entire composition. I mean, you got Andromeda. I believe that's Andromeda over there on the right.
Yep. Yeah.
Along with there. I mean, so this is really impressive.
Yeah, that's very pretty.
Yeah. Awesome. So I'm gonna have to put Greg Meyer. Greg Meyer. POM for September.
Yeah.
Oh, PG.
All 4 of them were great. All 4 of them were great shots. Really,
yeah,
all 4 of them.
They're really good. They're all really good shots. I'm just trying to see here, and
I like the landscape. I don't think we, at least I haven't seen. I don't see a lot of people enter their landscape, Astro in. And they should, I mean, it's, I think sometimes, depending on where you go on the deep dark of the internet, there's a lot of hate for like landscape, but you know what? They're beautiful images.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jesse. I mean, landscape astrophotography is just as nice, because I tell you, there are some shots, landscape AP shots, especially if you're like Greg's, out in the wide open or at a national park, like say maybe like an Arches or a Zion or, in some of these taking up the, just the beauty and the natural resources that we have, along with some of these really cool, like Milky Way shots. They're really awesome. Even the larger, full constellation, like of maybe Orion or something. I think they're really cool.
They are, and it's and it's like I find I found out probably like since I've last seen you that the art teacher at my building, who I've known for 4 years, does landscape astrophotography, and we just like accidentally found out, and I'm like, yay! And she came along with me to that outreach and kind of talked about doing that because it's something that's more within the reach of the average person. But like we compare notes, and she was showing me some images, and she wants to enter one in one of the local art contests, and she was asking me about settings, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm like, I don't know how to use a DSLR very well. So like I could get and try that. And, so there's a skill to that, just like planetary, like if you specialize in planetary or if you specialize in solar and lunar landscape. And I think the hate on the landscape needs to go because honestly, they're just, again, beautiful images. So I'm glad to see one, and I'm glad to see one win photo of the month. That's amazing. So congrats.
That's pretty cool.
Dan should do a landscape of Andromeda over the power lines. I could do that. I could definitely do that. That's not a problem. I'll superimpose. I'll superimpose. I'll even light paint the power lines for you.
Gotta caption it. I have the power lines.
Long live the fighters.
Yes. And to Charity's point, Nightscape and Milky Way shots, they are a lot less intimidating. Because you're losing equipment that most people already have.
Yep.
When you're doing, Nightscape and Milky Way, you're just using your DSLR and a tripod and maybe, and an intervalometer, and you just like with any other terrestrial, shot, you just set maybe a nice ISO 1600 perhaps. Sometimes you can go as low as 8 and you go for it. Yep. I mean, you just start heading south, download Photo Pills. Yep. Which is a great app. We talked about it before. That can help you if you really want to get like the galactic center. And you just have fun with it, and it's enjoyable. Yeah, Alan Wallace, he's the man when it comes to landscape astro. He is really, really good.
Well, don't forget also somebody that we've actually had on the show that does landscape.
Oh yes, Nico
Carver. Yeah, I ended up sending her some photos or sending her some of his videos just because I mentioned something to her about like when we did this outreach, we I was doing deep sky stuff, and she was, she couldn't take photos because it was a full moon, and the Milky Way, was just not in a, good position anyway. But she said something about like, I'd really like to do that, and you can. There are, you can do Andromeda, the Orion Nebula, Pleiades, and so on and so forth. And she's like, really now? So like I ended up sending her his videos. I was like, yeah, you got to check this guy out. I mean, he does some amazing stuff. So I mean, and let's be honest, it's like the gateway astrophotography anyway. She'll be coming over to the side soon.
And don't forget Adrian Bradley, who has been on our show.
Adrian, who's been on our show. He's done some fantastic.
He does unbelievable work, man. That guy, and he's been on the show. He's been awesome.
Totally.
Who's that?
So yeah,
Adrian Bradley.
Really good.
Adrian Bradley.
Yeah, he's all over Instagram, and he's got a big Instagram account. So he's been on the show as well.
Okay, I will check him out.
Yeah,
because I was trying to find some stuff to send to her.
He is very talented at what he does.
Nice.
It's time to get Adrian and what?
They're tied.
Oh my goodness!
They're tied. Came back.
Well, it's time to get Adrian and Maxie back on. Maxie was on the show with he was doing iPhone astronomy for a long time,
Yes.
and he's taken some sick iPhone shots
Mhm.
with the scope.
Goes to
It's pretty
show
cool. Yep.
what you can do just with one of these.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I can't
it's pretty
do it.
impressive.
That's not me. I can't do it. That's not what I'm not even gonna try and do that. but
Mhm.
you know, it's you know, once you get it down and once you're able to do it, and you can really get some really outstanding shots with even just an iPhone. So
Mhm. Which because I'm still 'cause I think you and I talked about this at Cherry Springs. Like, hey, you can do it with your phone. Like, yeah, now I
yeah.
got a 10. So
Yep.
which I've got a
I
10.
got
So
the
like I've
13
been throwing all
Pro,
my
I
money at
think.
Astro stuff. I've got like a dinosaur phone, but is it the 13 that it starts
I
at?
got the 13, and any of the newer Samsungs, the Samsungs tend to have a
Yeah, the
little bit better.
Samsungs.
They have better
Yeah.
cameras usually than the
Yeah.
iPhones,
Yeah.
but
I'm so locked into the iPhone, you know. I mean, but like I'm getting to that point that I'm frustrated with it. I don't use a Mac much anymore. I barely use my iPad. I can't update it any, you know. So I'm kind of like where, and the phone's starting to give me issues. So my mom just got a new RV, yay! So what that means is we are going to Utah this summer. So we're going to be out in Bryce Canyon, Arches, and whatnot. And I want every bit of equipment that I have that can take photos of the night sky, including a phone if I can.
nice.
So
Yeah.
mhm.
Trust me, yeah, if you have this, because this is a 12, and I
Okay.
was taking some fairly decent
Okay.
images with this. But yeah, the 13 and the 14, the newest one is the 14. Yeah, they have
Mhm.
much improved, much better sensors and cameras on them. But yeah,
Mhm.
the Samsung, I still think is probably, if you're going to do a smartphone AP, they're probably at the tops right now.
Mhm.
But I've also heard really good things as far as for DSLR, not even really necessarily DSLR, but for mirrorless cameras, they're taking over. Mirrorless is taking over,
Yep.
Mhm.
especially when it comes to AP, and that the Sony A7 is supposed to be really popular when it comes to
Okay.
AP, and it's a mirrorless camera.
The A7's been out for quite a while.
Yeah, it has been, but it's yeah, and it's just like, you know, back in the day, it was like my the first the Canon Mark 6, the 6D, the
16,
Mark
the
1.
original one, the Mark 1. Yeah.
The original one was the most popular DSLR for astrophotography for
Yeah.
years, like
Yep.
maybe 5-6 years. Then mirrorless was getting more and more popular, and the Sonys have since, like the Sony A7 has taken the crown, at least for right now, for a while. So
Hogarth saying on your next album title can follow these greats: Rush, Power Windows, Iron Maiden, Power Slave, Dan's Band, Power Lines.
I think both the A7 and the A7 II and the 3
And
have been really,
aren't they up to 4 now?
they're up to 4 now.
Yeah, they're up to
The
4.
A7s have been the reigning champ when it comes to astrophotography, as far as a mirrorless versus
Yep.
you know, mirrorless camera, because they knocked out, you know, the Mark 6D, because the
But
6D is old.
you know what though? I've been seeing a lot of people buy in the stores. I can't keep them on the shelf anymore. Believe it or
Hmm.
not, the M50 has been selling quite a bit, which is the Canon
The
mirrorless.
Canon, yeah.
That's been selling quite a bit. It's not as good as the Sony, the A7, but it's I think it's about $100 cheaper. So I mean, people have been going for it, and I every time I buy one, every time I get one and put it on the shelf, it's gone the next week. You know.
Wow.
Did you ever
So
see the video Trevor Jones did? I want to say it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He used a modified like
yep,
the XSI,
yep,
which I think you can pick those up for like $150 on Amazon,
or
somewhere
less.
thereabouts, you know, or less, you know. But that was like an amazing, you know, for anybody out there that's looking.
Yeah, it was like watch me do astrophotography with a 10-year-old camera or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, and that's the old Rebel.
It is.
Isn't
Well,
it?
it's the second Rebel. There was
Yeah.
the Rebel XT. That was the first one. And then the Rebel XSI, which is the second one. Then they started coming up with numbers. Then it was
Yeah.
Rebel T3I. You know what I mean? You know,
Mhm.
but anyway. Well, fellas, I think I'm ready to go to bed.
About that
Finally.
time. Yeah.
I think I'm ready to
It's
go to
been
bed.
up for a couple-
It's
yeah, it's been a couple hours.
Yep.
While you go to bed, I'm gonna keep an eye on my ASI Air here.
I
And
gotta
I'm
get
working
up.
on my next project. So
I gotta get up at 5 a.m. So
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
ugly.
yeah, well,
that is.
I have a
that's ugly.
store that might be opening up tomorrow. Just I spent all day today rewiring the whole network.
Mhm.
So pretty bad.
Yeah, that's never. That's yeah. I don't. That's not always fun.
Yeah, thank God the ceiling was taken down. It made it a little bit easier. But ran all new Cat 5 cables, about 122 runs.
Of Cat 5 or Cat 6?
No, it's only Cat 5.
Really?
Yep.
You guys are using Cat 5?
Yes, sir.
Well, maybe someday you guys will actually make it to the 21st century.
Hey, I just got my first Blade server. Leave me alone, okay? Dude, I've been using towers. This is the first. We are the first store in the U.S. to get a Blade server in McDonald's.
Oh my
A
gosh.
rack mountable server. That's
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's amazing.
Yep. So
That's
we're
amazing.
a little behind. We just upgraded everything to Windows 10 this year. So I mean,
Oh my gosh.
and 11's already out. So
Yeah. Yep. I hear you. I hear you, Jason. I'm imaging right now. So you say you can only shoot right now to the east. That's what you said?
the east,
Really?
like southeast to southwest, kind of. That's what I got.
That's it.
Yeah.
You miss out on
and north really high though, 55 to 90.
You got to really get up there.
Yep.
Above those.
And then what happens when you shoot towards the zenith? Tracking becomes more inefficient. Guiding becomes more harder.
Yeah. Yeah, the atmosphere's, a little is thinner, yes, but you're
Yes.
still you're guiding. It's like you got pros and cons.
Yep. So
Mm.
anyway,
Oh my God. Jason says he's still running a 10 base T router.
there you go. No, I just got rid of my Windows XP laptop, so beat that.
No, Hogar. He said Cat 5. He didn't say Cat 5e. He said
No,
Cat 5.
5 single.
Yeah, he's saying 5, which is like 100.
If you would like some, I have thousands of feet of Cat 5 cable. You can have it. I'll give it away. Just pay shipping.
That's like 100 mega. That's 100 meg. That's
Yep.
not gig. That's 100 meg.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Cat 5.
All right. Well, we better let you get some sleep, dude.
There was no it was a nominal difference in cost going from 5E to 6 when I had this house wired.
Yep.
And I mean, they run literally, there's got to be over 1,000 feet of wire running through this house, at least, probably more than that.
No, it's probably more than that. 1,000 feet you could do in, go from your bathroom to your bedroom. It's 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
God forbid you got to wire an outside access point to the lanai. That's 2,000 feet right there.
It's already there. It was one of the very first things I had them put in.
There you go.
Yeah. I went through. Yeah, because when I did mine,
there we go.
Went through too.
Yep.
So yeah, I've still got a little left of 1,000 spool. This is probably still maybe 300 feet.
No, I got the nice Belden box yellow cable Cat 5 cable. That's what I got. So plenty of it. If anybody wants some, just pay shipping and handling, and I'll send it to you.
And
Don't-
that's
don't-
that's
don't do
cat,
it.
and that wasn't cheap. That was cat 6, so
Yeah.
that wasn't cheap.
This, and listen, I'm taking offers. I you'll pay cents on the foot. Don't worry about it. But all right, fellas, it's time
All
to go
right.
night. And everybody, listen, it's awesome getting back on the road, getting back on the show, getting back doing everything all over. Everybody have a safe and happy Halloween. Enjoy it.
Yes.
I'm going to be getting dressed up for my normal Pennywise this year. I'll be doing that. Running around
Dude,
scaring.
I need to fly you back out here for next Halloween then if you're going to do Pennywise, because we were thinking about actually theming Pennywise in the front yard.
Oh, dude, it would be great. I'll show you. If anybody wants a real quick pick, let me see if I picture Halloween.
I need to get you back out here if you're going to do Pennywise.
See, Halloween. Here we go. And
Clear skies, everybody. Have a great week.
There you go. So imagine seeing this coming down the street.
Oh yeah. My God.
Dude.
Is that
Oh,
on the end? Is
no.
that Jeepers Creepers?
What's that?
I was wondering on the end, who is that? Is the other guy on the right? He's going to be like Jeepers Creepers? or
Scarecrow.
something? Okay.
From
Yeah, he
Batman.
tried to be Scarecrow with the Negan bat. So go figure that out.
Yeah.
That was me when I
That's
was super fat. I'm a fat Pennywise. So
Wow.
so that was a lot of fun. We scared the hell out of some like 15-year-old cheerleaders. It was freaking great. Dude, I see them walking by me and I just stare at them. I'm like this. And I'm staring at them. And I hear one say to the other, I don't like clowns. I don't like clowns. And so my brother, who's playing the Grim Reaper, he's like 6'4". So I say, Joe, get ready. We're gonna run after these cheerleaders. We're gonna scare the crap out of them and make your feet. You got size 13, so make your feet land loud. So he's like, what? I said, get ready to run backwards. So we pass them. Then we wait till they get about 10, 12 feet in front of us. Boom, 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 boom. Ah! And all of a sudden, 3 little run. I mean, I never seen these girls run so fast, but they were gone. It was like Speedy Gonzalez. They were gone. Ah! It was great. It was pretty funny. But anyway, I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. Everybody have a good night. Anyone want to do any final thoughts, or is everybody good?
No, I mean,
I
it's
just wish everybody happy
made it to
Halloween. It's
200.
good y'all.
Yeah.
Congrats. Happy 200. Yes.
Everybody,
Yeah,
we're all part of the
yeah.
200. So absolutely. Eric a little bit longer than Scott. Scott a little bit longer than Jesse. But all of you guys are part of this success that we've had here. And I gotta say, hats off to you guys. Coming on all the time and taking time away from your families and stuff like that to be on here and hang out with with some semi decent fellas and girls that hang out on
Debatable.
2 nights a week. So but off the rails sound effect. Really? You want to hear it? You just want to hear it. That's what you want to do? All right, here you go. There you go.
There it is.
Nice.
Yeah, we didn't really have an off the rails part, but there you go. But all right, everybody, have a good night. Enjoy your Halloween. Keep everybody safe. Keep your kids safe. Check the Snicker bars.
Check the candy.
Check the
Check
candy.
the candy.
Nothing unwrapped. Nothing. but save me the Smarties. Save me the Smarties. I like the Smarties. So save me those.
Yeah. Find the neighborhood with the houses that give away the full size candy bars.
Like that. Not those little fun bite ones. Not those
You
little
want the
fun.
full size.
I don't even want that. I want the
cool
king.
neighborhood.
I want the king size ones. I don't
There
want
you go.
not being cheap. Give me the good stuff. You know what I can't wait for? And it's coming out. I think it's coming out again next week. You know what it is? It's the pound size 1 Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup.
Mm-hmm. You got to get them. They're gone quick too.
You need to get them. There's 2 in a pack. They're 8 ounces each.
Mm-hmm.
And you need a knife.
Slip into a damn sugar coma.
You need a knife and a fork to eat this thing. That's how bad it is. But it's Charity. It's awesome. It's awesome. You wonder why I play the fat Pennywise? That's why. Because I eat pounds of Reese's. That's what I do. But anyway, everybody, have a good night. Thank you for joining us for our 200th episode. Congratulations to Jason, John, and Greg for winning everything. And everybody, great time. We'll see everybody on Wednesday as normal. We're back on a regular schedule. So Wednesday, Friday, come join us again Wednesday night at 9:00. And remember, as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Wednesday night. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye for now.
Good night.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.